Hey guys, and welcome back to Big Square Gaming. It's time to continue on with our Asylum series. Let's do it. There was only one place that I was waiting for. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for that. That moment was always coming with him grabbing us. There it is. Right. Right, it's carried it through the pipe. Where did it go? I don't know. Right, don't think. I think. Um. No, I think it is this way. I think it's flushed it through. I don't know if it's gone to the laboratory, maybe. Ah! Influence of Ambrose Miller, another notable chapter in the Chronicle of Hannibal Mental Development. Miller, renowned chemist researching experimental drugs. Miller first achieved widespread fame overseas due to involvement in the standardization of clinical drug trials, including the use of placebo-controlled and double-blind tests. Regrettably, Dr. Miller's accolades came to an abrupt halt after devastating the thalidomide tragedy in which thousands of babies were born with malformed limbs, the result of their mothers making indiscriminate and unsupervised use of drug to treat nausea during their pregnancies. Miller's insistence in demonstrating drugs efficiency with no regard for safety played a significant role in the dark chapter of the modern medicine. Since this insistence, the patients adopt the use of thalidomide has been recorded in multiple testimonies. Following this shameful debacle, Dr. Miller shied away from public eye. Okay. It was during this quieter phase of career began to exchange a feverish stream of missives with Dr. Hanwell. No one knows the exact nature of their ardent debates. It was established acquainted sources. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, there seems to be stuff on the floor, but it doesn't seem to be letting me click on it, so I'm not sure. Right, in here? No, it's not in here. I'm looking for the room with all the baths again. Okay. Bit annoying that you have to manually one by one flick through all of these. So there was an outside one as well, wasn't there? Need to find it. Trying to remember. Out here, I think. Where were they all? So there was... I need to go back to the basement. The basement told me where they all were. Like how nobody's saying zip to me. I just feel like it feels a bit like see that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where you know which I don't want to say in case I give it away. We need to go back to the basement. I also want to go back into the library because he said something about look something up in the library, didn't he? Wait. Did already look at that in the library. Right, we need to go back to the basement. Question is, how the hell do I get there? It's such a... It is fidgety. There's no... I'm not using any keys. This is all mouse click. And, a bit of pain for moving around, to be honest. So two of them are stable. So greenhouse and sewers are the other two. Where the hell was the greenhouse? We've done the balcony. I don't know where the greenhouse was. Oh, there we go. There's that one. Give me that back, thanks. heck is the greenhouse? Have I seen the greenhouse? Did I just not recognize it as a greenhouse? Where? Oh, that was ominous. I need a "you are here" map. Right, there we go. So the greenhouse is nowhere on the screen that I can see. Courtyard, shed, passage, second floor. Waiting room. I don't see a greenhouse. I don't see a greenhouse. Okay, alright. Yep. Well, it wouldn't be up the stairs because... Yeah, it's up the stairs. Let's go... Maybe it's up here. Or... Is it... Maybe it's the solarium? I don't think it is. But... Done hydrotherapy. That's just the cells. You can try the solarium, but I don't think it's the solarium. And I have not seen a greenhouse. Oh! An insect repellent? Yeah. Oh. Alright. I haven't seen a greenhouse. I don't know where the greenhouse is. Right, so... We need to find where the hell the spring went. Anything that lets us... Okay, there's definitely stuff on the floor, but we check that out, which maybe not. Don't let me talk to him.
Dr. Miller?
What is it this time?
I don't
Just
know.
one moment of your time, please. About this
We have said all there was to say on that.
I believe a patient who used to be Bertrand's...
Well, I'd be surprised if
Didn't mean to
that
click that.
patient was still alive. He probably choked to death.
What if?
Look, I don't appreciate discussing old stories. There's much work tonight.
The reason I'm here is to research the older history of the Institute, from its heyday until the strange circumstances of its collapse.
As you can imagine, that's not a topic we like to discuss here. We prefer to look forward, not back in the past.
Well, as the new director, aren't you interested in what happened?
That remark seemed slightly insulting.
I didn't mean to.
Look, it was all a sorry episode that none of us are proud of. And those responsible have long since been apprehended. And that's the end of it.
Oh, so that it obviously was Hawthorne that was somehow involved, but
I appreciate the conversation. Goodbye.
I'm missing... I don't know how to find... So we flushed it on. I have no idea where it went. So it was in here, it fell down there, it went into the... It flushed through to the laboratory. Oh, all I want... Well, it went from here into the bathroom. I don't know, has it gone downstairs to one of the toilets down the stairs? I'm trying to guess where I think it might have gone. I haven't seen anything that tells us the pipe structure in the building. Can I find the bathroom again? Where's the bathroom again? Is there anything in here that tells us... Right. Downstairs, maybe? That's new. That wasn't there before. Adhering to the Kirkbride principle for most of existence is adhere to the Kirkbride plan with 2 long wings extended to the east and west for male and female patients. The building is building as cure model for mental hospitals, focusing on healing mental illness through layout. Similar institutes built a planned expanded architecture style. Majority adopted the bat wing arrangement because there's a section of rooms branching off from a central structure, allowing each area in the building to benefit from exposure to natural light and proper air circulation for a Kirkbride plan. The mental illness were kept in regularized facilities. Thomas Story Kirkbride, the psychiatrist. Why couldn't I read that word? It's getting late, guys, and I'm getting tired. The psychiatrist who designed the Kirkbride plan believed the layout of mental hospital building was prime relatives of patient treatment, various such as separation of high-risk patients and low-risk ones, emphasized to psychiatric professions, the importance of keeping patients busy. Brand building. I must admit, like, this is the downside I find is once I start to get a little tired, I do start to struggle with this kind of thing. So I definitely couldn't see as much in here before. This is interesting. And that was definitely new. That was not there last time. Don't think it's going to be out here. Greenhouse out here. Greenhouse is on the roof. greenhouse on the roof. Okay. Right, so we can't get to that yet. Which means it's the key we need, right? So it's the key we're needing now. So... is it the bathroom here it's going to? Maybe not. I don't know where it might have gone after. Because that was the only room that had flushing, had running water, was that bathroom. Because I remember thinking that at the time. So where the hell did it go? That was just a thought, just trying to... oh. Right.
Hi, Julia. I forgot to... I'm done for now.
I don't think she's got anything she can tell me. We need to find where the hell that thing went. I'm not sure I know. Might have to wander for a bit, guys, and try all the rooms until I find it. There it is. Oh, that took a while. That took a while. Okay. Okay. I know where we're going now. With the lovely ominous music. Right, okay. Nope, where's the wind-up key? Come on. Okay. Interesting. On a strange pattern on the floor, I felt like I had seen it before, and while it was a simple drawing, it overwhelmed me with a sense of dread and despair. else? Okay. Alright, so where do we get to? What information do we have? Good summit. Oh, we've got a few different people's conversations at different times. Whoa! And my game just crashed. Where did I get to? Play musical box. Okay. So it did crash out on me there, guys. Diagnosis. Scavengers. Okay. Okay. It obviously crashed out on us, so try this again. It's obviously if you try play it second time, so I tried to use the box a second time and it crashed out. Obviously you're not meant to do that, so let's be very careful we don't do that again. So be aware if you're playing it yourself, don't try play the music block twice, it bugs out. I figured giving him the crayon after I seen it in the first one. That one was obvious. And he's returned to his catatonic state. Right, so he's drawn a strange pattern of 4. I feel like I'd seen it before, and while it was simple drawing, it overwhelmed me with a sense of dread and despair. Okay, so... Right. And that's the end of that, but I knew it was going to be something like that. I think we need to go have a conversation with Lenny.
Psst. Hey.
Oh, jeez.
Lenny, what are you doing here?
I was cleaning the showers, and I heard something. What were you doing inside that cell?
I saw something very strange. I can't explain it yet. However, a picture is beginning to form in my head, but there's still a lot I don't understand.
Maybe I can help you.
You can? Please tell me how, Lenny. I'm growing more and more desperate by the minute.
I have a key. I took it a long time ago, before they released us from the Institute, around the time of the event.
A key for what?
Can I trust you?
Of
The
course you
Hawthorne
can,
gym or
Lenny. And I trust you as well.
All right. This is the key to Dr. Hawthorne's office. He knew things. There was chaos all around, and nobody saw me when I took the key and locked his office.
Dr. Hawthorne? Of course. Ebis Baker mentioned him in one of her recordings. He was quite close to the head director, right?
Yes. He kept secrets inside his office. You should look inside.
Thanks, Lenny. This is hugely helpful indeed.
Oh, one more thing. I was never able to enter the head director's office. None of the keys I took while cleaning worked. I think Hawthorne kept that key with him.
So Hawthorne's office may lead me to Hanwell's office? Interesting. Well, here we go.
Here's the key. And good luck.
Well. Okay, thanks, Lenny. She's disappeared again. Where's the key? On a key ring, or is it a separate key? Must be on the key ring. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Hawthorne's office. Took us a while, but we got in here eventually. As if shadowing her desk, revelations inside the first drops of rain begin to fall when I trespass into Dr. Hawthorne's office. It seems like no one else has been here in a long, long time. Alias Hawthorne's psychiatrist, one thing was certain here. We are in his field. The diploma confirmed that Dr. was found individual, regardless of a lot of dead plants. This. Number 4, confrontation in the psychiatric. I'm really tired, guys. I'm actually starting to misread words now. No record of the Venerable Hanwell Mental Institute would be complete with an account of Dr. Ellis Hawthorne, companion, trusted associate, and loyal confidant of Walter Hanwell. Dr. Hawthorne's abrupt addition, the staff at the seemed mental hospital, big yawn, was not without its share of controversy. He was an inscrutable character who, to the astonishment of many, quickly joined the highest ranks of the personnel list, skipping over roles held and established and arguably more qualified colleagues in the process. Dr. Hawthorne's accomplishments in the field of mental health are noteworthy. Physician, meagre at best, he arose to a certain level of public regard thanks to his imposing personality and staring countenance. Rather than distinct achievements, he had a formidable presence that allowed him to immediately command the attention of everyone in the room simply by entering it. His signature neat black suit, compared with his cold, guileful gaze, inspired equal measures of respect and fear in his peers. Rumours among those with his acquaintance were the Institute's founders insinuate that Walter Hanwell's seemingly friendly, almost fatherly demeanour worked against him as it came to achieve his own ardent goals. It is speculated that the reason he chose to partner with Dr. Hawthorne, who proved to have more manipulative, ruthless ways of managing Hanwell's mental life. Over time, the grisly details of his practices began to surface. Many colleagues were always, others knew him well, less so. Testimony told that Hawthorne often engaged in heated quarrels with other staff members of the Institute. Nurses who had remained anonymous claimed that medical instruments previously thought to be lost would appear scattered around his office. While it's not unusual for a physician to work with dangerous tools such as scissors and scalpels, it's far from common to find them mishandled in an unsterilised environment. Nonetheless, this particular form of misconduct and fear could not be confirmed. It was dismissed as malice, gossip from disgruntled employees. Dubious stories of patients secretly taken to his office late at night had not been verified either. Okay. I'm afraid my colleague Anne has elected to take an inferior direction in her career. I try to be open-minded while considering ideas, but my goodwill doesn't extend as far as resorting to shortcuts when it comes to advancement of the healing arts. As much as I can fathom the notion of integral approach, contemplating the impact of emotions on our behaviour, biology is definite. Our physical body reacts to physical impulses. We could spend ages assessing the mind's response to kind words, but ultimately it's the configuration of our no type matters. One cannot possibly identify a subcortical discord by means of a conversation. The direct stimulus of cells will always secure the path of success when dealing with obvious alteration to the brain. Yet I can insist on her holistic, approach, which inevitably dissolves into a waste of time. Our society is crumbling, swift action is necessary, and in the case of this establishment, we are also spending valuable resources which are dwindling every day on our theories. Since I was hired, I have a good fortune to work with various unique patients, involving a great deal of time at learning their issues. Many of these behavioural complications deeply rooted in their minds without clear solution. Miserable subjects exhibiting a debased attitude who could not possibly fit in the world of civilised men. I find value of dedicating efforts to those without real hope, patients unable to produce a single neurotransmission that results in a meaningful stream of thought productive to society, but phony misfits who merely demand attention. Really? The paranoid, the lonely, who mistakenly confuse the cacophony of modern life, assaulting our senses each day with actual mental problems. Eisenbacher can fritter her hours away as much as she wants. My issue is the money involved. In the end, our existence is a biological accident. It is a glorious expression of our genetic material that confers meaning to our lives, and the only tired and proven way to deal with ailments of our bodies is via the practice of standard medicine, and thus the shattered brain can only be fixed by physical means. Not sure I agree with that, dude. Wary as I am about recording such notes on paper, Walter insisted we thoroughly document these experiments for the benefit of our research. It's true that the process of writing a journal allows one to more efficiently collect thoughts and ideas, make sense of them. However, I'll have strength secure measures to begin with. I have asked the janitorial staff to refrain from cleaning my office. First sight, we tried straightforward questions. What did they see? Could they hear sounds? How large is this chamber? Yet they seem to have no recollection of the encounter. Next, we followed with a set of more specific inquiries. What is the being inhabiting that chamber? Does it look like an animal? Can you describe the shape? Did it move? Nothing worked. The minds are completely blank, as if the moment was erased from their memories. However, there is no question that whatever happened inside that chamber provokes a severe reaction, and the procedure is rudimentary to say the least, but effective. We tie a rope around each patient's waist and push them aside, resisting the temptation to gaze beyond the threshold with all our might. It's hard to tell from our vantage point next to the doorway what transpires in the interior, but we don't sense any movement. Apparently the patient remains still or are paralysed even in the few minutes we firmly pull the rope and haul them out. Bruises are inevitable as they hit the ground. There's no better way of doing this. They don't react to any step. That explains why they're that. They don't react to any stimulation while in that chamber. Walter then uses the device to lock that stage door. He has far more knowledge than me in such esoteric matters. We believe that the patient's experience is unbearable fear. Our initial guess is that they were becoming paralysed was correct. After all, it's like they shut down in the presence of the blasphemous form before them. The human brain is such a marvellous organ, even their deeply damaged minds react to protect them when they're in danger. As we drag them out of the ancient room, we can discern an expression of absolute dread in their faces. Insane is not. Human emotions are still the same, yet they return to their old selves shortly afterwards as we drive them back upstairs. Now understand what we must do. The goal is to instill fear. Their minds are clearly processing the visual information. The theory is that if we are able to reproduce the conditions of the encounter, we should be able to recover details about it. Even if one patient is unable to describe it all, we could piece together a more accurate picture from multiple recollections. Our current approach is savage. We subject them to extreme situations in hopes of prompting a reaction. I'm not proud of blatantly beating someone like some goon, but the promise of the knowledge and purpose concealed in that chamber is too powerful. It supersedes my dignity. However, these methods aren't working. They react to pain, they cry, they scream, but they don't do anything. It's not true fear. We are replicating the conditions. We are not replicating the conditions well enough. This afternoon I spoke with Eisenbacher about the regression she observed at Group E. Of course, I had to play the fool, but her incessant babbling formed an idea in my head. For instance, H has pyrophobia. The mere thought of fire or talk about it makes him tremble with fear. She recalls an instance during one of her therapy sessions which patient Catalyst said something random about firefighters, and he instantly became agitated, tears rolling down his face. Following this revelation, I took him to the boiler room. The incandescent red glow from the incinerators, the shadows flickering on the walls, and the intense heat emanating from every corner of the room caused a wild reaction in him. I proceeded to question him about the encounter, and finally the actual details emerged. He simply said, "Big, but it's not enough. More stimulation is required." Other efforts have involved more extreme measures. Simply placing the gas burner in front of him provoked a state of shock, not unlike what we surmise occurs within the walls of that room. Poor soul, he can't grasp an industrial incinerator is more dangerous than a small laboratory burner. But who am I to judge his emotions? However, that state of fear wouldn't allow me to press on. He didn't respond to any of my inquiries, just kept silently staring at the flame, so I moved the burner closer to his chest. Leveraging their fears is indeed the key. We managed to obtain more information as the new session, falling apart from previous. A picture is beginning to form. JC is afraid of the dark. LH has brittle bones. RB, yep, and BL, integration. There's the missing reel.
This is the next subject. Yes, we may proceed. Leave it to me. Hello, Leonard. Do you remember me? I'm Dr. Hawthorne.
What do you want?
Well, you may not remember this, but yesterday you went inside a place, a big room. We need to know what happened in there. What did you see?
I don't remember.
You need to make a big effort to remember, Lenny, or unpleasant things may happen.
There was a tunnel, but not ours. Things looked different. The smell, oh, such a bad smell. And then, no.
What happened next, Lenny?
At the end of the tunnel, I entered a room. Oh, my head was in pain. So much pain.
Describe that room for me.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to remember.
Describe that room now.
It's so large. The walls are strange, with shapes I've never seen, and there's a glow everywhere. And in the center,
What is at the center of the room?
no!
What did you see?
My head is pounding.
Think. Think. Remember.
No.
Aww.
You must remember, Lenny.
Really breaking his
For our
bones.
sakes.
Yeah, oh, for goodness sake. Oh!
What did you see
Oh.
in the room?
Oh! For God. Oh, for what the? Oh, it's horrific.
I'll turn off the recorder until he's ready to speak again.
Whoa. Well, that was officially horrific. Whoa. Right, so we've got... We need to go back to the therapy room. Because we've now got that other... found the missing reel. It was in his room. There it is. That's what we need. We're going over there. Alright. They locked someone in there? They locked... Oh, someone in the dark. Someone's frightened. They locked somebody in the dark. Whoa. Okay. Well, we can put that in the box, because, yep, okay, let's put it away. Time. Alright, okay. We've also got Hawthorne's key, so we can go up the stairs for that. Office. It's this way, wasn't it? Right. See, we got through that bit really quick. So it just shows you sometimes you know what you're doing, and other times it's like a few minutes your brain's like, okay. Okay guys, and with the turn of the hour we're going to leave it here. If you haven't enjoyed, just give us a like, and we'll see you in the next part.